I've got something really special to tell you guys, but first I gotta tell you the truth. And I feel like that I've held that back from you. At the end of the day, your community and my relationship is very important, and I don't wanna hold back. And so in this video, I'm gonna tell you the truth about what really happened to the MX Factory. So the story goes like this. I'm standing in front of like 20 to 25 riders, right? It's beautiful outside, everyone's happy, everyone's learning, parents are happy, kids are happy, the energy is high, the energy is good, right? I get a phone call. I don't typically answer phone calls during my coaching, but for some reason, I answered that day, and it went like this. An ex-coach called me and said, "I effing quit." And I like to keep this channel clean so you can imagine what the real words were there, and he hung up the phone. So I let it settle for a minute, right? Because reactivity is something that I work on, that everyone should work on, and I know that he was being reactive. So I let it settle, whatever. Went back to doing my coaching thing. I get another phone call. It's now the landlord. His exact words were, "Tyler, I told you that person was going to be the demise of your company and you need to get your bleep out of here." So, when your landlord calls you and tells you you need to get your stuff out of the place that you're working at, immediately it's an issue, right? And so I start to look on the cameras and I see him pushing our bikes outside and I see commotion going on, right? People are clearly frantic about what's happening. Ex-coach has already left the premises because he got kicked out and is not allowed to come back. And so I'm left with this blow-up explosion of what was my business to figure out, right? You've got to get your stuff out of here and you've got a week's time to do it. Now they were generous enough to give us a little bit of an extension on that because we're in the middle of all of our camps. And that's another thing that made this really hard is we had 4 to 6 camps pre-sold out with a plan to do them there, with parents that already booked time with their kids, with kids that are already excited about doing it. And then we had to figure out a way to shuttle them an hour out of town to make sure that we executed the camps, and we got it done. And ex-coach helped do that, thankfully, get through that. And so, we kind of come back into me trying to figure out this explosion, and it's like, there's a few big things here. 1, all my stuff's here. 2, I live on the property, right? This was a big kicker. I had to move my business and move my house in a very short amount of time while executing camps, while going and doing travel camps, while making sure a business stays alive. A lot of things happened. Lost employees, workers, whatever you want to call them. Lost a lot of business around horrible stuff that was being said based off of the things that happened in that time. You weren't paying your rent. All these things that definitely aren't true. I lost a lot then. It made me really set back and be like, okay, what do I want to do? And there's something that's been kind of pushing me along for a really long time that I've not been able to do because I was dealing with all that, because I had all that to manage, and because I was trying to figure out how to be a good leader and lead these people along in a way that they could be successful and the business could be successful. That was a hard journey too. I know I didn't do the best there, and I know that I've grown so much through this process to be that person. I'm really thankful for that. But I've had this urge to feed the online community for a long time, and even any of these people that are involved in that time have heard me say, man, I need to do more, I need to do more, I need to do more. Well, the time is now. That pushed me over the edge to build one of the greatest online courses that there is, maybe the greatest. I would even venture off to say that. And then in this online course, basically what it is something that you buy, you have at home, you ride your dirt bike through the strategic drill process that we put out. There's over 40 drills. From A to Z, it's gonna give you the building blocks to build technique like Ken Roxon races with. And I mean that. That doesn't mean you're gonna be able to go the speed of Ken Roxon, but if you complete the course, you will have the ability to ride in the position that he takes at speed. And this is something that you can do anywhere, in a small little field. You can wait until the weather warms up. You can do it in Kenya, you can do it in Texas, you can do it anywhere. And I'm proud of this because it took us a 4-month grind to put this together, to be strategic about the process of what building blocks creates perfect technique. We call it bomb technique in the course just because it's cooler than perfect technique, but ultimately this is perfect technique. And I'd love for you guys to be a part of this process. It's for sale today. And I'm gonna be on a Facebook group giving feedback to everyone that signs up for the course. So I'm gonna be in there helping you guys with your questions, your concerns. I can't get in this position, well, maybe try this or do this or go back to this drill, refine that process, then move back on. Remember, this is the first time anyone's ever put something together that's start to finish on building perfect technique. And with perfect technique, you can do almost anything. That's when you challenge that with speed. That's when you challenge that with rough tracks and conditions. That's how we've coached here for years. So you finally get what would cost you over $10,000 to achieve with me in person for less than one private lesson for you to do at home with me to guide you on the internet. So anyways, that's it. What I want you guys to take from this, and if there's kids watching this, just know when the wheels fall off, something better is on the way. And it just takes the patience to see it through. And I'm more than grateful to be in the position that I am right now. I've never been happier with MX Factory and what's going on. And I'm excited to see how well you guys improve, or how fast you guys improve, and how much better you get on your dirt bike from this course.